Oh, why would I need that mask? Hold on a moment. I don't need that mask. Oh, John, already here. Thank you so much. You're so early. The Snowmaiden is not properly ready yet. Almost. Ah, but I'm a law-abiding Snowmaiden, so I wear a mask indoors. Okay. Hello, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Yeah, great, Roger. Good to see you. Tom. Hello, Tom from Krakow. From Warsaw tonight. Whoa, you've been traveling. Oh, great, Jenny. Thank you so much. Hi, Diane. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining early. Your shadow matches the decoration. You mean your my eyeshadow? Oh yeah, yeah. I thought that would be really a good excuse for me to wear this eyeshadow. Like you really have to have a proper occasion to just for it to be legit. So today definitely the legit. Yeah, eyeshadow. Don't look gorgeous with your sparkly eyes. Right. Oh, I've been just going around and just running my errands, going around town, and I was thinking like, why are people looking at me so strange? What's wrong with me? Is there something on my nose? So I totally forgot that I was just wearing the Snowmaiden outfit. I know it looks weird, but I didn't want to sacrifice my ears, so I just I'm a combination of a Snowmaiden and a guide. So I'm a Snowmaiden guide. Hello, Svetlana. It's so good to see you. Long time no see. Thank you, Svetlana. Karen, great. Good to see you. Is Clive joining us? Is there already? He's already. Oh, I didn't see him. Hi, Clive. I'm just wondering how you're watching me. One from the desktop, the other one from the tablet, or like from your phones. Thank you, Karen. Yes. I normally wear it once a year, this eyeshadow. Yeah. The last time I wore it was actually for my Cleopatra look. Well, from my Cleopatra looks when I was out, on a holiday, on a Halloween tour. So scaring the people with my crazy makeup and my looks. So yeah. So I couldn't waste such an opportunity. So that's it. You often watch in separate rooms. Oh, so you craft while you watch. Amazing. Renee, hello. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm actually scared to know what time it is there. Your hands can never be still. I can understand. It helps you process the information though. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, that's good timing then. Thank you for joining. Nearly 6 a.m. That's still a bit too early for a holiday season, but I don't mean to ruin your day. Sorry. Tish, hello, you're here. Good to see you, everyone. Let me show you around a little bit. Мост сердечком, это вам вот еще туда идти, пройти в реку и еще немножко. Все прямо идите. So this lovely girl just asked me where is the bridge with a heart. So had you been here, you would have been able to tell her because you know that there is next to the Spielberg Cathedral there is a lovely bridge with a heart. Bits of the Nevsky Avenue. just a little bit. Tonight we're not going to venture out on the Nevsky. Well, it never sleeps. You might hear the loud music. That's my colleague, but that's not my father Frost, though. Not my father Frost. My father Frost is at home babysitting. Just showing you around a little bit. I love the way it looks. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Hi from Vancouver, 11 a.m., minus 8 degrees Celsius. Thank you for the update. Thank you. I think here it feels about minus 12, 13-ish, getting colder at night. Yeah, but it could have been much, much worse. Like yesterday when we did a tour in the Yelagan Island and well, around the palace, it felt much colder because we were actually closer to the water. Oh, Clive, now I can see you. Привет, привет, Wendy. Thank you for greeting me in Russian. Привет, everyone. We still have 8 minutes before the tour starts. If you have any questions before that, hi, Jill. Feel free to ask. Vera, hi. Rita from Ontario. Yesterday's tour was beautiful. Thank you, Rita. Thank you so much. Yes, I had so much fun yesterday, really. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I'm sorry, well, just to those of you who couldn't come, who couldn't make it because, well, I had to reschedule it. Yeah, I had to reschedule. Well, right now they are changing and restricting some of the events in the city. Well, due to COVID situation. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте. This is a formal way of greeting in Russian. Здравствуйте, which basically means I'm wishing you health. Здравствуйте. I'm not sure if it's pronounceable, but it's здравствуйте. And it's привет, which is basically like hi, informal way of greeting. So I'm okay with both. So привет всем. Здравствуйте все. Gail, thank you so much. You're so early. Hi, Judith from North Carolina. Your daughter and spouse teach international school in Moscow. Oh, that's great. That's great. So they must be speaking Russian a little bit, at least. However, they're not supposed to teach in Russian, so maybe they can just go about without any Russian. And Moscow is such a huge melting pot with so many experts, so. Thank you, Gail. Your hair has grown a lot over the past 2 days. Yes. Yes. Oh, the costume rentals. That's the secret. That's the secret. No, just, we local ladies prefer to just hide our hair, keep them keep them warm, because obviously the cold, the wind, they weaken the hair and they look less healthy. So I decided not to sacrifice my hair for the looks. So I look a bit awkward with this. By the way, really, that's your hat, because there is no way I could put another like a wig and a hat on my thick hat. So that's the Rene's hat over here. Yeah, I struggled because that that the thicker hat is warmer. This is also warm, but with this winds, I need like hot stuff. So I'm pretty. Actually, I don't mind looking that weird. At least I'm warm. Hi, Kathy from Essex. Good to see you. Good to see you. Liz, hello. Hello again. Thank you for joining. Yes. Well, today especially, I definitely look like a gem. Look at that. That's not a nervous tick. However, might be. I'm a bit nervous. Yeah, my hair extension. This is a Yeah, I really had a bit of a struggle, putting this on. Yeah. Well, a bit later on, I'll try to, put my tripod and step a bit backwards so you could see me like with this outfit, this uh, fur coat, whatever it is, like a Snowmaiden outfit. Yeah, just remind me to do that. I'm not sure where though because of the crowds. Wow, that eyeshadow is gorgeous. Thank you, Shirley. I knew girls would understand. Yes. Hello, Robin from Brooklyn. Good to see you. Привет, Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, I'm a snow maiden. In Russian, it is Снегурочка. Снегурочка, snow maiden. Yes, I'm a granddaughter of Russian Santa, Father Frost. Well, I'll show the portrait of my grandfather. I mean, the Snegurочka's grandfather, not mine. Hello again, Marissa. Good to see you. So many familiar names on this tour. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so many, so many. Haven't seen some of you for a while, so thank you for joining. My very first tour for Hago, which was a bit more than 1 year ago, was exactly about the same place. I remember it's a funny story because I wanted it to be sort of a Christmas special tour. It was around the same time. It was December 30, 23rd, right? So last year, and I wanted to also share bits of like Christmas traditions and all. But since it was the first tour, people have never been here or just they never seen a tour. They would ask me, "What was this? What is that?" And it didn't work. So the Christmas tour didn't really work. It was just a sort of a city tour, and I would be asked to stop nearly like in every corner, every 20 steps. They would ask me to stop because because they wanted to take the photos and postcards, and I had no idea about that. Well, it was so much fun. I still remember that, and I thought after the tour, no, it's just an epic fail. Well, it just ended up just giving a regular tour. Then it was fine. Oh, this is so great. You've been touring with me, Jane, for a year. Is this tour full, Renee? Actually, the booking limit is, I don't know, more than 500 people, so I don't think it's full. No, it shouldn't be. Satyam, you're here. Good to see you. So I don't think it's all sold out. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not showing as full. It shouldn't be. Well, Diane, I hope your family is not mad at you because you had to leave earlier. Is Hayton expensive to run? Sorry, Rini, I didn't see the question. Not really. Not really, but unless you're living in a cottage and then like unless you're using gas, but electricity, then yes, it would be expensive. But in general, no. Like all the utility bills are doable, bearable, especially if you're living in a block of flats. This is a serious store, so do not expect any shopping. No, I'm not planning any shopping. No, not this time. Yeah, there's gonna be a bit of a nerdy recap. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, ladies, for all the compliments on my eyeshadow. Yeah, phew, right, right. You had a great 5 days. Amazing, amazing. Well, I'm happy you had really good family get together. That's right. That's great. That's the right thing to do. And we haven't even started here yet. So we haven't started our holidays. So you might be a bit jealous now, but you'll get the dots connected. Gail, you got engaged. Congratulations. Whoa. Amazing. Amazing. Very so good to see you and joy everyone. So it's time to begin and I don't want to waste a minute. So hello everyone. Welcome to St. Petersburg. My name is Anna for those who join my tour for the first time. Thank you for doing that. Just a quick reminder that after this tour, my colleague from UK, John Wright, is running a special one-off tour run from his home about Christmas traditions in and out. So make sure you check it out. And today we are doing a big one-off holiday special tour about the New Year and Christmas traditions in St. Petersburg and Russia, in the Imperial Russia. Many things have happened over this a bit more than 300 years of St. Petersburg history. So local time is 10 p.m. We are GMT +3 Moscow time, and temperature is about 11. It feels like about 11 degrees Celsius below zero. Today I'm also being a Snowmaiden, which is basically a granddaughter to Russian Santa, who is Father Frost. But let's do it just step by step. So we are walking. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. This is so early. I'm not the Red Square Anna, right? I'm not the Moscow Anna. I am the St. Petersburg Anna. Yeah, it's just a coincidence that the both guys in Russia have the same name, just a very popular name in Russia, Anna. Okay, so let me switch the camera and begin with the tour. So we are in the very heart of St. Petersburg. For those who join for the first time, the city was established in 1703. And I definitely need to show you the portrait of this person because he, apart from establishing the city from scratch and turning it into a capital and turning the country from just Russia to the Russian Empire, well, he also, well, I would say turned the life in the country upside down. And I mean it. So this is Peter the Great. Many things that we have now, well, not taking account the city itself, right? It's nothing of the city, have happened and happened because of him. So that was definitely. Tina, what's wrong? What's the cat? Yeah, sure, no problem. The question is covered. Oh, Tariq and Ollie here. Thank you so much for joining. And in this tour, I'm going to take you to the main square of St. Petersburg, the Palace Square, to see the residence of the Romanov family. And Peter the Great was one of the first representatives of the Romanov family. Before the city was established in 1703, Moscow had been the capital for many years. Moscow is about 900 years old now, but we are not the capital any longer. Starting from 1918, it's Moscow. But when the city was established, like 10 years after that, in 1914, it became the capital. And in 6 more hours, Russia became the empire. So it all happened thanks to Peter the Great. So this tour is about the history. I will try to keep up with the chat too. The tour is 1 hour. So I'll try to keep up with the chat, but I can't promise I'll be able to answer all the questions. So apart from the Palace Square, I'll be taking you around the area. I'll be sharing you the history of the celebrations, the traditions, how the royals would celebrate. Feel free to take postcards and share them. So there will be stops, obviously, for Q&A. So I hope I'll be able to cover at least half of the questions. So right now, please be ready for some really nice postcards. This is the arch of the General Staff building. We'll see the General Staff building in a while. So this is probably one of the most beautiful arches and definitely one of the best ways to enter the glamorous Palace Square. I wish I could Photoshop all the people, but there is no way you can do that. So what you can see over here is obviously the Christmas tree. And behind the Christmas tree, I'm going to stop here for all the postcards opportunities. You can see the palace. So hence the name of the square. So the Winter Palace. We're going to walk around it a little bit, around the square, around the Christmas tree. And it's going to be something else that I'm going to be showing you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, everyone. So, first of all, a bit of a nerdy recap here. Christmas and the New Year, especially the way we know it now, the Western way, we can also put it this way, is relatively new holiday for Russia because, let's say, in the 11th and 12th century, long time before St. Petersburg would be founded, Russia celebrated, well, actually, a Russian calendar. Russia would stick with the calendar that will start since the creation of the world. So, and according to that calendar, St. Petersburg would be established in 7,280 something year. So it was different. So back in the days, the new year started in Russia on the 1st of March because this was the period when the nature would wake up, and this would be time to start, well, just for the culture or for the agriculture, so you could finally start planting something and so on. Then in the 16th century to we would switch to the 1st of September when it was time for harvesting, so you could finally reap the harvest and have a rest. And this would be the same period when the school would start, the 1st of September. Later on, we'll have, oh, I love this. Enjoy. Please indulge yourself in postcards. Yes, this is the Cinderella carriage next to the Christmas tree. I couldn't have asked for more for sure. Yeah, well, please don't think it's the public transport. No, just a tourist attraction. This is it. Thank you. I love to see that it's still breathtaking view for many of you. Yeah, I should tell you that I haven't become cynical either, but obviously when you see it every day, you sometimes forget how precious this is. But yes, well, actually, I'm in awe. I should tell you, I am in awe of what I see. Yes, the carriage waits for me indeed. Yeah, but I don't want to be carried away from here. I love the pun. So this is it. The Christmas tree, the Winter Palace, the Alexander Column. So the Winter Palace, the residence of the royal family. So very soon we are getting to the moment when we actually start the narrative about the royal family, but we're still in the 17th century. And then, so Peter the Great, he was born in Moscow. He was a Muscovite, but he never liked it in Moscow. So he ventured out on traveling, like a business trip to Europe. And then he had an idea to establish the new city that would be a European one. So he went to Europe. He went, just to, well, he would pick up on so many things from Europe, apart from the traditions and the techniques and technologies for shipbuilding from Holland and from England. He would bring so many new things and so many traditions, such as Christmas celebrations. So he was in Germany and he saw how the Germans were celebrated with the Christmas trees and all. And then he returned in 1699. Peter the Great returned from his 2-year trip. There is no way I can fit it all in. Maybe I need to go Adam here, which means to go vertical on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe, but I'm not really sure that it's gonna fit. Okay, let me step a little bit backwards. Yeah, maybe like that. That's not too bad. So I hope that the star is there, that the tree topper is also here, and you can see that. Thank you. Thanks you. Thank you. Adam is here. Adam, good to see you. Thank you for joining. So you see, it's become very popular. It's a thing, the Adam Show. Okay, on the count of 3, going back to the landscape mode. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So Peter said, so he returned and said, okay, so from now on, Russia is going to stick to the new calendar. And then all of a sudden, the new year was transferred from the 1st of September. Oh, sorry, dear. From the 1st of September to the 1st of January. And then Christmas was also this tradition to celebrate Christmas will be picked up, and the 25th of December will be the Christmas time. However, Peter would stick to the Julian calendar, not the Gregorian calendar, which means that Russia would still be 13 days behind Europe. So that's pretty complicated. But anyway, so I'll be mentioning the modern days, but please keep in mind that every time we would be still behind 13 days behind, and we're still 13 days behind in a way. So this is it. And Christmas tree. So before Peter, Russians would always, in the mindset of Russians, it would always be like this. So the fir tree, any pine tree, any conifer would be associated with the burial ceremonies. There was no way around the celebration and the festive mood. So Russians would decorate the coffins of the deceased before the burial ceremonies with the branches of conifers, or any kind of pines, any kind of pine trees. But Peter said, from now on, we are going to decorate our homes with any kind of fir trees. But Peter had also realized that there was no way he could control it had those trees been put inside. So people were supposed to decorate their houses from the outside. That was the case. And then Peter died, and everybody very quickly forgot about that tradition. Everybody but the taverns. So every December, all the taverns would put huge. Is everything okay with the sound? Please let me know. Okay, great. I've been trying not to bump into anyone. Great. Thank you so much. So it seems like everything is working. So this is the big, real Christmas tree next to the General Staff Building. So General Staff Building is the 18th century work of art. Definitely the whole thing is in the UNESCO World Heritage List. So it basically was the headquarters of the army to guard the Winter Palace. So only the taverns would have the Christmas trees. And since then, in the Russian language, we have the expression, let's go under the Christmas tree, let's go under the fir tree, which basically means let's go get drunk. That's it. Okay, Robin. Well, this is weird. Some of you have the cracking, but yeah, well, if it doesn't interfere, that's okay. This is it. So the Christmas tree. Then okay, so everybody forgot about, other than the taverns, everybody would forget about the Christmas tree. Okay, so but why? Why do we have this tree here? And now I have to switch to the Winter Palace. So Winter Palace, which was built by 1760s, would be the residence of the royal family, of the Romanov family. So Romanov dynasty is relatively young compared to the first ruling dynasty, the Ruriks. So this would be definitely into the wheelhouse of my colleague from Moscow, Anna. But I'm here to talk about imperial times, right? So which happened during the reign of the Romanov dynasty, not the Ruriks. So the Romanov dynasty would obviously celebrate Christmas. Christmas was a religious holiday, obviously. You remember, so we keep in mind December 25, right? But actually, it was 13 days later. But what it was the ceremony. It was basically the ceremony in the domestic church of the Winter Palace. Winter Palace because it was supposed to be a winter residence. Well, and obviously there's supposed to be so many summer residences. Okay, I want to show you just a few images over here. So every palace was supposed to have a church, and of course the Winter Palace was not an exclusion. And after the service in the church, there would be just a small festive dinner. Let me show you the church. So Winter Palace is a museum now, and the church is available. It's on display. You can go buy a ticket, and the museum is open, and you can see the church. So starting from Catherine the Great, Russian Empress, every Russian monarch would go for morning services, evening services to this church, and the last Russian Emperor Nicholas II got his wedding ceremony in the church as well, and obviously Christmas ceremonies were supposed to be held here, and then there would be like a dinner, like a Christmas dinner, in the morning on December 25 at around 1, at around 1 p.m. What it would be like, there would be a few members of aristocracy invited, so there would be drinks and food, and this would be it. Just this, but no Christmas trees, no celebration of the New Year, nothing like that. How many rooms are in the palace? More than 1,000 rooms are in the palace. Okay, let me go through the questions. So cool, you could not laugh. Okay, happy holidays, everyone. So yes, Ruth from Scotland, this is the Hermitage Museum now. Yes, exactly. So the Winter Palace would always be the combination of the gala rooms for official receptions, and it would be the private residence of the Romanov family. So, and now we are getting to the 19th century. Let me show you a few portraits here. I've prepared Look, I've prepared, I believe, dozens of images for you. So now I'm just scrolling through to find the ones I want to show you. So this emperor, Nicholas I, who ruled from 1825 to 1855, he had a wife. Russia, was very good friends with Germany, which was Prussia back in the days, and many Russian emperors would have German wives. So this is Nicholas's wife, Alexandra Fyodorovna. So definitely will be her Russian name. She was converted to Orthodox Christianity and was given a different name, but this is her. So she was Wilhelmina. Uh, this is her, Alexandra Fyodorovna. So she was from Germany, and she would be homesick. However, she would be super happy in the marriage. They would have 7 kids together, and so she would bring this tradition to decorate the Christmas tree from Germany. But the way it would be celebrated was different from the way we know it now. Will we ever be able to go inside the Hermitage? I doubt that the Hermitage would let me go inside with a stream. However, I'm a fully licensed guide, and I can take you there on a real tour, on an in-person tour, any moment. But with the streaming, oh, it's been pain, negotiating it. They don't know what they're missing. They had no idea. Well, anyway, so okay, that's one tall tree. Yes, it's about 20 something meters high. And so what I know, it cost about 13 million rubles. Feel free to convert. And what I also know is that they are going to, well, recycle it somehow after the holidays are over. So it would be like this. Let me show you. So at night, from December 24th to December 25, before the morning service, so the parents, so Nicholas and Alexandra, would do the following. They would basically close the doors to one of the living rooms and start decorating Christmas trees. And they would look like this. So they had 7 children, and they would have 7 Christmas trees. So the tree itself would be a present. So every child got their own Christmas tree. Few more images. So have a look at this postcard. This is pre-revolutionary postcard, and you can see how the tree is decorated with the lights. So basically, the Christmas tree would be decorated with candles, with dozens, with myriads of candles. So Dorette, refresh. Seems like everybody else is here. So please keep me updated in case it would still be the same. Maybe the tech support team would help you. So that's how it looked. So the tree was decorated with this many lights. So these are actually the paintings of one of the Christmas parties in the family of Nicholas I. Diane, no, the inspiration for Nutcracker would be a bit later, in the 1880s. So this, I would say, this would be inspiration from one of the novels, but not Russian novels even. And have a look how it would be attached to the tree. The candles, there would be a clip. It would be a clip, and then it would be just uh, placed just somewhere on the branch, and this would be it. And there would be how would they uh, make it work? So every candle would be lit up. There would be a fuse placed all the way around the tree. So that was extremely dangerous. And Nicholas I was a bit tensed about that, but that's all right. Nothing happened. Yeah. Oh, that's how your grandma had. Oh, Aya, I had no idea. Hello from Finland. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Yes, exactly, Clive. So these are the lights, just providing you some more postcode opportunities over here. And what else would be there on the Christmas tree? Have a look, just some more of the images. Again, every kid had their own tree. So 7 children, 7 Christmas trees. And then again, under the tree would be the presents. What else would be on the tree? Fruit, apples, tangerines. Speaking of the tangerines, and right now I'll start walking because there is so much I want to share with you. And as I go, I will keep on with the narrative. Okay, and there would be a Q&A, so don't worry. Several Q&As. Less is more. What do you mean by less is more? Not sure. So, for example, I'll tell you about the presents. So there you go. So basically, toys, of course, toys would be the presents, decoration, the lights, the fruit, tangerines. So tangerines would be definitely an exclusive thing and very expensive. They would be delivered all the way from Georgia, and they were extremely expensive. So, for example, a cow at that time would cost you about 15 rubles, and 3 tangerines would cost you 5. And they would decorate Christmas trees with it, and of course, the Romanovs kids would eat it. And basically, the idea was. So in the morning, kids were not allowed. Sorry, I have to have to show you some restrooms here. So basically, it was like this: kids were not allowed. Hello, everyone who just joined. Kids were not allowed to participate in the tree decoration, unfortunately. It's, well, I don't know, that was a thing. So, and in the morning, when they wake up, I suppose they would wake up very, very early. So the doors of the living room would be flung open and they would rush into the room. Each of them would be taken to their personal tree. And I'm switching back to take it to this beautiful archway, and they would go smash the Christmas tree. It was actually called this way, to rob the Christmas tree, to smash the Christmas tree, because they were allowed. Tina, you want to start taking my tours again? Well, thank you so much. Don't mean to photobomb anyone, but I'm pretty sure they don't mind a Snowmaiden. And it was okay. Kids would take all the candies, all the nuts. You know what they do with the nuts? So they would basically take a nut. They would cover its shell with a golden foil or silver foil, and put a thread, and then this would be it. They would hang it on the Christmas tree, just like that. And it was fun. And then in an hour or so, maybe even less than an hour, the whole tree would be robbed completely. It was so much fun smashing the Christmas tree. Amazing, isn't it? So what is the temperature, Anna? It feels around the 11 degrees Celsius. 40 years. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Get out of the way, people. So I've taken you here. This is a very small private garden of the Romanovs. Remember, I told you that the Winter Palace would always be half official, half private. It would always be like this. So the only fountain available at the moment when it's freezing temperatures. So these illuminations. Have a look at the trees. They've also decorated it. Well, I'm sure you know that the first decorations, as I mentioned, apples would be the German traditions. And one year in one German city, there was a poor harvest, there is scarce harvest of apples, and the local glass blowers just decided to blow some glass apples to decorate the trees, and the tradition will be picked up very quickly. Ashraf, hello. Hello, good to see you, my colleague. Your tours are awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to share the link to your channel. Absolutely. Protesters would give each child a bag with apple and orange and candy. Great, great, great. Oh, I love it from here. It looks nice. Yeah, I wish I could Photoshop all the people. I'm pretty sure Mark and Shayla would be able to do that if had they been here. Are they here? You were using Fahrenheit, okay? So we use Celsius in Russia, and I'm so bad with all these conversions. So many Haygoers know that, so they always help me with the conversions, and rubles into dollars, and Celsius into Fahrenheit. And what would happen then? Of course, a party, a dinner. So it would be just family, and then the aristocracy would join. Let me just show you a few things of how this big parties would look like. Just a moment. So I'm just looking for the images. Well, I showed you one already. I want to show you some more. Well, for example, this is also the family. Just found it online. This photograph is also the royal family, the kids going around the tree. Again, so all these lights is just candles, just this. Yes, you still need a visa, but if you're coming with a cruise, there's no need for visa if you're coming with a cruise ship. Yes. Okay. So, what would be there for the dinner? Well, they start with the appetizers, with patty pies, with some cold snacks. Then it would be cold soups, or it could be hot soups. Then they would go to the main course. It would be fish. Then it could be meat, but alcohol. So what would be the alcohol? We actually didn't have sparkling wine up until the post-Napoleonic time. So only after Russian troops would push Napoleon back to Paris, Russia had no sparkling wine. And then Russian troops, when they entered Paris, just when they were in France, they would find Veuve Clicquot, and Veuve Clicquot would become one of the biggest suppliers of sparkling wine to Russia. And starting from around 1815, so French champagne would be always the symbol of the New Year feast, of the Christmas feast. It was still, so we're talking about Christmas, right? December 25. About the presents. So let me show you a few more images. So this one is, for example, I showed it already, but just once again, this is the Christmas tree of the family of the last Russian emperor, Nicholas II. This would be the toys given to the children. They had 4 daughters and 1 son. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for all the tipping, for all the support. So the boys would often get toy-led soldiers. These are soldiers from, I think it was one of the children of Nicholas I. You can actually find them. Robin, I mentioned Anastasia a lot. That's not the topic of this tour, but I'd be happy to tell you about her on some other tours. Well, I'm I'm happy that you know it. I'm happy that you're interested. So there you go. This is obviously the toy that soldiers would be brought and delivered all the way from Germany, and they are still in the museum collection. Sorry, it's took whom into what? All this one. So this toy used to be the favorite toy of Tsarevich Alexei, the only son of Nicholas II and the heir apparent that would never become heir apparent. You know the story. So he was incurably ill with hemophilia. There was no way he could live that long. Well, and that that chance for a longer life had been taken away from him. So we're crossing the street from the Winter Palace, from the Palace Square, because I want to keep telling you about the traditions and I want to keep showing you the beauty. So we're not going on the bridge right now, but we are crossing it. How do you put your feet warm? I just walk. Just don't stop. Just don't stop the dance. Yes, yes, Svetlana is Russian, so Svetlana can definitely relate with so many things. Uh, so what I'm showing you now is the Neva River, the main river of St. Petersburg. Many of you know that there are about 100 of them, rivers and canals. Oh, thank you. It's great to know you're enjoying it. Feel free to take all the postcards. And here is the embankment, the palace embankment, um, because the Winter Palace is here. It's huge, more than 1,000 rooms, as I said, and it's only one of 5 museum buildings of the Hermitage. And exactly this part of the palace and that part would be private parts, so had like just living quarters of the Romanov family. Just this, and the part of the palace that faces the palace square would be the gala, the official part for the ceremonies. Yes, the architecture, this is Baroque, but I would say it's not the European Baroque, but Russian Baroque. The motto would be the more the merrier. Yeah, I would say this is one of the best examples of Russian Baroque architecture. So, what would happen after that? This would be it. So, this would be just a family celebration. Then aristocracy would join. But then the next day would be the reception for the Democratic Corps. There you go. So, what I'm showing you, trying to show you, hope it's not too blurry. This is the big party for all the diplomats because St. Petersburg would become the capital. And the diplomats from all the European countries would come for the dinner. It could be hundreds of people, actually, definitely more than 200. So there would be tables served in several rooms. You know, back in the days, it was really trendy, like an architecture trend, a designer trend, to just build the enfilades, right? So one room would take it to the other room. It would be the endless corridor from the beginning of the building to the end. So they definitely enabled them to serve long tables. Peppa Pig? Who's Peppa Pig? Sorry, I'm definitely not keeping up with the chat. So maybe it's time to make it up to you. Okay, so your questions. I'm going through the chat obviously, but please, if there are some questions that really need your answer, my answer right now, please bring it on. I'm not sure about Peppa Pig. Not really sure what relation it has to the tour, but they did eat pork. Yes. So much chat today. Yes, Barbara. Well, I kind of expected that. And I appreciate all the interaction. And I'm sorry I cannot really keep up with all the questions. Russian dolls given. Yes, but the dolls were not Russian. I actually have a couple of images. Let me just give me a moment to find some of them. So there you go. So this is the photograph of the family of the last Russian Emperor Nicholas II. Shayla and everyone, thank you so much. I know who Peppa Pig is. Peppa Pig. Of course, I know who Peppa is. I'm a mom to a toddler. So this is Nicholas II, his wife Alexandra Fedorovna, the four daughters, and Tsarevich Alexei. And there you go. So you see the dolls. The dolls would be ordered and delivered all the way from Germany. So the best dolls with porcelain faces, porcelain heads, right? And of course, the dolls would be a desired present. However, they will not be given to the girls on a daily basis, only on big days. Okay, definitely no relation to Peppa Pig. Okay, anyway, so this is about the dolls. Just a few more images. So these are the girls waking up on a Christmas morning. So you already see the baubles because starting from I would say the last quarter of the 19th century, the baubles as well as the Christmas cards, the postcards would flood Russian market. Yes, those night guns. Indeed, indeed. So, any other related questions? I would be happy to answer them for sure. About some, while you're still typing, I have a spare moment to show you a few more things. So, speaking of the presents, so I would say these are pretty much the same presents. So, jewelry for women, for example, the wife to Nicholas I, so that German princess that initiated the tradition to decorate Christmas trees, would be given the Ropsha residence. I wouldn't mind a present like that. The palace, unfortunately, is badly damaged and it still hasn't been restored. So, but that is a huge residence. Quite a Christmas present, right? Indra asks, is there a relationship in the history between Prussia and Russia? Of course. There are 2 centuries of Prussia-Russia relationships and then Germany-Russia relationships. And one of the Prussian towns, Königsberg, is now within the Russian Federation, which is now Kaliningrad, uh, which is the result of the Second World War, like a contribution, a retribution. Anyway, so or for example, one more present, probably one of the most unusual I want to share with you, would be this. Just looking for the image. So one of the daughters to Nicholas I, Grand Duchess Alexandra Nikolaevna, got a very unusual present. Her groom, so her fiance, Prince Friedrich William of Hesse-Kassel, so from Prussia, was waiting for her under the Christmas tree. Most welcome, Evelyn. What did the get for the present? Who, Celine? I'm not sure. Yes, he was just waiting for her. He was on the military service. He was finally given some time off, so he rushed all the way from Prussia to his fiancée, to his future wife. Okay, why am I here? Not because I just like standing next to the freezing waters of the Neva River, but because I want to show you that entrance. That entrance is called well, there are several names. There is an ambassador entrance, and there is also like the Epiphany Epiphany entrance. Because on Epiphany, so there again, so right now we stick to the same calendar, so to the Gregorian calendar, and it's the same thing with the dates, but the Russian church. So it happened after revolution, right? In 1917, there was a revolution and the imperial Russia collapsed and the Soviet Union would be established. One of the first things Vladimir Lenin, the head of the Bolshevik Revolution, would do, he would switch to the new calendar. Then he would prohibit religion. And so, but it would be, I would say that we would have several Christmases in the Lenin times, but then they were prohibited by Joseph Stalin. So and here is the thing. So the calendar changed, right? So we are now following the same Gregorian calendar. But here is the thing that the church, Russian Orthodox Church, decided to keep things more complicated and they still stick to the old Julian calendar. That's why our Christmas is on the 7th of January after the New Year, and the Christmas tide period, starting from January to Epiphany, right? Starting from the birth of Jesus to the day when he was baptized, the Epiphany is it's on the 19th of January, and the Epiphany was a big day, and so they were supposed to be, let's say, taking a dip in a Jordan River, right? So according to the tradition, like it said in the Bible. But of course, where could you find water on the 19th of January? Here. So on the Epiphany Day, there was a hole in the ice made. The ice could be 3 meters thick. It could be 3 meters thick. So they would make a hole in the ice. Let me show you a few images. So I don't think I sound very. I don't think that it really sounds true, but trust me, it's solid. I wanna show you a few images over here. Uh, Looking for at the moment. So there you go. And this is why this staircase would be also this entrance and the stairwell would be named the Jordan, because have a look over here. So this is the entrance. It's here, and this is the pavilion. It was a temporary pavilion, the Jordan Ice Hole decoration. This is the 19th century, the Neva River. And you see the procession. They were the church people. There was a service. And in the morning, the emperor, like all the emperors, would take a plunge in the hole in the ice as if it's in the Jordan River. And it would be done exactly here. And ever since we've had this pier. Can you imagine? Yes, we still stick. Russian church still sticks to the um, uh, Roman calendar, to the Julian calendar, right? So, and that's why we have it a bit, well, a bit shifted. So 7th of January, the Christmas begins. Then the Christmas tide is over on the 19th of January with the Epiphany holiday. That's how it goes. Any questions? Yes, many people still take a plunge on Epiphany Day. It's a good tradition. We call such people nuts, or we call them walruses. It depends. Right now, I'm on my way to the bridge because we are going to cross, because we are going on another island. That was the plan. Yeah, or just one more image from the other side. Have a look. So, this from the other side a little bit. And we're actually crossing to that island now. There is a gorgeous white building on the other side of the river. Which of the white gorgeous buildings? Yeah, polar bear plunge. Behind you now. That one, I will tell you in a while. Just in a while, give me time. We are now about to cross the palace bridge, named so because the palace, Winter Palace is here. We are crossing to the biggest island, to the Cape of the Basil Island. And as we go, so questions, it's question time, Q&A time. The tour, I'm going to ask for 60 minutes. Epiphany Frost was supposed to be the coldest day. Yes, it is traditionally one of the coldest days. Exactly. I don't know why it is so, but yes, we call it Krishensky Morozy, the Epiphany, uh, the Epiphany cold days, something like that. Okay, Baijun, have no idea what you have just typed. Sorry. So questions. Yes, bridges open, but not in winter, because there is nothing to open the bridges in winter. The Neva River is navigable in summer. Navigation traditionally opens in, I would say, end of April, and it lasts till mid-November, sometimes late October. It depends on the weather conditions. Obviously, it's different from year to year. Bridges open. It's not the only one that opens. So several bridges, about a dozen of them, opens every night. Every bridge in summer. Every bridge has its schedule. Yes. So this is the decoration over the palace bridge. Skating on the frozen river. I'm getting to all the skating and all the fun on the winter river. So Russia celebrates New Year, yes, on the 1st of January, right? Yes, the New Year is on the 1st of January. Christmas is January 7th, and Epiphany January 19th. Did the Bolsheviks kill the Romanov family because they were rich, or because they were ruled? Gail, this question. Oh, the fireworks somewhere. I'm not really sure where. Oh, cool, fireworks! Yay, some fireworks. Gail, this was new power, and the Bolsheviks didn't want any trace of the previous power. So because they didn't want them to come back and ask for the power back. So I've just given my revolution series trying to explain that revolution was a very, I would say, multifolded process. But in a way, yes, so there was such a big inequality that there was like I would say, an abyss between the people. And yes, I would say that the family of the last Russian emperor were a bit aloof, and wouldn't want to see the changes in the society and in life, and they would stick to the old conservative ways. They would have never taken to anything. So we are on the Neva River. There you go. So right now, the middle part of the Neva River is not really frozen. However, back in the days, it would be all super frozen. Well, because now we have pipes. We actually have subway system, one of the deepest in the world because of so much water everywhere. So obviously, it's not really freezing. So it's not exactly safe to walk, let's say, to cross from one end to the other. However, over there where we are heading to, you see people there are walking. So people are walking. Kristen, you have to leave. I'm so sorry. Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you anyway. Just one more thing that might be a bit mind-boggling, but actually exactly here. Have a look. This building is the Peter and Paul Fortress, the very first church established at times of Peter the Great. This is the very first island established by Peter the Great. And you can see just here, that's how thick the ice was, that you could build, you could actually make the tram tracks run on the ice. And you can see, so it's around 1900, as you see, it's actual footage. You can find many more online. You see? Actual trams, electricity, it's all isolated. It has never broken. It never broke. I mean, it never broke. Yes, obviously we don't have anything like it anymore. Okay, let's just give some more love to the Winter Palace, if you don't mind. Thank you for the heart. The tour will end in about 12 minutes. And we move on. So speaking of the winter fun, yes, obviously skating. The ice skating was also brought by Peter the Great to Russia, and he was a big fan of skating himself. But after Peter's death, just like many other traditions and innovations, skating would be forgotten for about a century. I want to show you just the type of skating, about the skate that would be used. Basically, so these are the blades, and sometimes on the tips, exactly on the toes, Russian craftsmen, like skates makers. I'm not sure if there is such a word, but maybe, right? The skate makers would place small horses. That's why in Russian they're called konьки, from the Russian word konь. I'm not sure if Svetlana or anybody else who speaks Russian has ever thought about it, but that's a bit of an etymological thing of incident into Russian language. So this would be it, one of the very first skates. Then starting from as early as 1950s, people would, yeah, so this is when people would remember about the skates, and it would be brought as an English tradition. Let's put it this way. So not German exactly, not the Dutch, but already English tradition. So we're halfway through. Let me show you some more kinds of winter fun. So speaking of the transportation and fun, like killing two birds in one stone. So you can see this is sort of a sledge, right? So different kinds of, this is like a more traditional sleigh, even like a sleigh, but this are kick sled. So we call them, by the way, so to our Hey Goa from Finland. So we are big fans of kick sled. We call them Finnish sleds. And this was the transport to cross from one side of the river to the other. So you would pay about 2 kopecks to these people who basically were the kickers or the drivers of the sled, and they would take you from one place to the other. And you see there are small fir trees. They would basically mark the road, the safe place, so where the ice would be the thickest. Speaking of more fun, well, oh, by the way, that's just the actual footage. So they were called katals in the Russian language. Elizabeth, she has been here. Which Elizabeth? So in the Netherlands, we teach kids to skate with a kitchen chair. Oh, right. Obviously. I think that even with the kitchen chair, I would have fallen down, and yeah, I would have failed even with any kind of balance. Absolutely. So one more attraction I want to show you. So this is the Neva River 2. I've shown it a couple of times in my other tours. This is a fantastic Russian invention. So they're called Russian mountains sometimes. So basically, these are the slides. They could be 20, 30, 40 meters high and very steep. And they would be laid all the way on the Neva River. And then everyone, the royal family members, aristocracy, the peasants, the workers of the factories, so anybody would be having their fun, not on the one and the same, obviously, not on one and the same Russian mountain. But as I said, it was definitely a no-brow attraction. And later, I've shared it once, I've shared it again, for those who haven't been on my other tours, the Russian army, when they would push Napoleon back all the way to Paris, Russian troops, Russian army would be quartered there for about a year. And in the winter, Russian soldiers would build those mountains, those slides. The French would call them montagnes russes, so Russian mountains. And then these Russian mountains would be so well loved by the French, and then by Europeans in general. And then the idea would be picked up by an American engineer. I keep forgetting his name. And then it would be a bit developed. And then the American amusement parks would appear, like the slides. So they're still called Russian slides, but then they would come to Russia as Amerikansky Gorki, and we call them American slides. So that's the thing. So that's the connection. So the reckless Russian peasants once built themselves a huge winter slide, and then everybody liked it. Okay, I'm gonna need to go, Adam. I'm going vertical on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is one of the lighthouses on the Cape. Here used to be one of the. Thank you for the hearts and smileys. Thank you. So it was the very first port in St. Petersburg, just here. Okay, going back to the horizontal mode on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So we are on the Cape of the Basil Island. I just wanted to wrap it up at a beautiful and a very special place. And what can be more special than getting very close to the water, as close as you can. So what would happen next? So I would say that after the revolution, which happened in 1917, as I said, we would have Christmas, but it would be, I would say, detached from religion up until the death of Vladimir Lenin. The building is scaffolding is the former stock exchange building. It's now under restoration, but at least it's used for some purpose, like the countdown till the 2022. And I want to show you a really weird image. There you go. This is Vladimir Lenin, the head of the Bolshevik Revolution, next to the Christmas tree. So up until his death, he was okay. When Joseph Stalin came into power, he said, no more Christmas, no more New Year. We don't need any of the bourgeois or any of those capitalistic holidays. Normally, I don't like blue lights, but they look amazing. Well, yeah, well, oh, this looks like a good image to me. Whoa, thank you. These fireworks are just right on time. I love it. Okay, cool. Yes, people walk on ice. So closer to the banks, this is safe. But I'm really not a fan of walking on ice for sure. And then, so you could in the times starting from 1929, when the Christmas would be and the New Year celebrations of all any sorts would be forbidden. You would see. I don't mean to really. Um, oh, those are beautiful! Wow. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, everyone. Has anybody has a problem with the? Does anybody have the problem with the signal? All looks here. Yes. So, whoa, it keeps getting even more beautiful every moment. I want to show a new image and share more history. So, then, okay, let me come closer. There you go. So you could find the propaganda like that. So we don't need any Christmas tree. The best substitute would be the ski, the skating, and the slides. Oh, dude, those are gorgeous. Okay, okay. So no more images, just the fireworks. Just the fireworks. I love it. Very timely. Uh, not that I have planned it, but I really don't mind. Really, really don't mind all the fireworks. Wow. Thank you, whoever you are. Oh, wow. So again, that building is the very first church, which is also a burial chapel to the Romanov family. Nearly everyone crowned monarch of the Romanov family is buried there, including Peter the Great. It only keeps getting more beautiful. You're killing me. I've got so many more photos to show. Obviously, this is not the last tour. There are actually going to be two more holiday special tours. Tomorrow, I'm taking you to the Bobble Factory. Please, can anybody share the link to my channel? That would be really awesome. And then the day after tomorrow, my last tour in 2021, where I will talk more about the Soviet and modern day traditions. Oh my goodness, it only keeps getting more beautiful. I'll be showing you, I'll be taking you to a lovely hipster style Christmas market without any kitschy stuff, only real modern Christmas traditions. And I will also grab a snack and some drink. Oh my goodness, it only keeps getting more beautiful. Okay, so and so Christmas and New Year are forbidden. My goodness, I'm loving it. Okay, I only wish I could zoom it in, but I think it's all right. Maybe you can zoom it in on your devices. Oh, that's gorgeous. Amazing, amazing. And in 1935, finally, again, Joseph Stalin said yes to the New Year celebration. And so basically all the Christmas traditions would be switched to New Year, because before the revolution, nobody would celebrate the New Year. Like Nicholas II would mention in his diary, the fireworks is over. Enjoy taking pictures of those reckless, risky people. Um, so just Nicholas II mentioned, so the New Year, no celebrations, just flipping the calendar. That was it. So I'm just translating it, not verbally, but not word for word, but that's what it is. Oh, I like it with the bridge. And this is the dome of the St. Isaac's Cathedral. And so, thanks to Joseph Stalin, we now have these two characters because the Soviets needed some new ways of celebrating that old holiday. So it would be absolutely disassociated, if I can say it, with like the previous history, the past history. Yes, the fireworks are somewhere behind or just by Peter and Paul Fortress. This is Russian Santa Father Frost, and this is Snowmaiden, his granddaughter, which helps him, just like the elves, help the Santa to deliver the presents and make them. And so this has been me, the Snowmaiden guide from St. Petersburg. Well, I've tried to make it as concise as possible and include some really fun details. That's by means not everything I wanted to share with you, but we still have two more tours where we're going to be focusing on the Soviet history and the modern day history and going to have more fun. I'm not really sure if okay, but maybe I'll just give it a try. Okay, if it's possible, maybe you could just take a postcard of me. Okay, somewhere here. Just don't mean to slide anywhere. Okay. So this is me. Yes. I'm not sure if you can hear me though. Okay. So thank you everyone for all the hearts. Thank you for all the questions. Just just 2 more minutes for the questions because I really owe you some answers for sure. Feel free to send them in. I'll try to keep up with the chat right now, and it's just crazy with the comments and the hearts. I'm just taken from the rental. Yeah, just with all those costumes, you know. Kathy, thank you so much. You've taken many of my tours. Yeah, but so that's the thing. I always try to share something new. It's not always easy to fit in everything I want to do. It's always a struggle. It's always a challenge. And I almost all the time I fail to tell you everything. Or I just overrun, which I don't mean to be doing today. So, Lynn, thank you so much. Kimberly, everyone, thank you. I can't thank you enough for just booking the tour and joining it. Thank you for all the support, for the tipping, for the comments. So I don't mean to overrun for one more reason because right now my colleague John is going to run his tour about Christmas in and out. So don't miss it. John Wright from UK. And well, thank you to my colleagues, Adam, Ashraf. Thank you for joining too. It's amazing when guides join the tour. So I'm looking forward to meet you tomorrow. It's the afternoon local time, and one more tour the day after tomorrow on the 30th. And I'm Anna Full Stop, your guide on Instagram. So I'll be happy to see you in my followers. Thank you, everyone. It's considered acceptable for people to wear fur coats in Russia. Yes, it's still okay because this is a very long time tradition. When it's super cold, like in the area where St. Petersburg is located and further north, no faux fur can really keep you this warm. So I would say it's less common in big cities, but yes, it's still common. Well, nature, that's it. However, I totally relate. It's not a good thing, you know, like furs and everything. Well, hike in the sky. Thank you everyone. Thank you for all the new Hey Gobbers who joined me for the first time. Okay, I don't mean to overrun. That's it. Hope to see you tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and the next year. And on 7th of January, me and John are having the interview tour. So feel free to book. It's already on. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, let me show you just one more time the Frozen Never River. Bye bye. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Dolly. Bye, Kasia, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Bye bye. Oh, Barbara, thank you so much.